Okay, welcome back. Once again, I am Jason, and I will be um, moving ahead with the knowledge which we already have. Now, quickly moving to a few things, we've been able to work around this software. So, if you open it, you may see a dialog. If you just open the software, if you've downloaded it, that is, you may see something, a dialog box here, and you toggle that off, like close it around here. But that's fine. But I've been able to look at, as I said, these whole things, they don't come alive except there's something in the middle. Like you can see, they're actually showing, but it doesn't show that there's any layer or anything, or you can't adjust anything right now until you import something. So, and you can see your tools panel, they are all um, inactive. You can't actually move anything. The only thing that's working is just your move tool, and not that it's your move tool, it's just your cursor that is just on the screen. So quickly, I will go to the image which was sent yesterday. So if you want to work on anything, you go to File in your menu bar, you click on File, and as I said, if you have something that is new, if you want to create something new, you can work on that. But we want to work with the dimensions of the image we have. So we'll go to Open. Now, when you go to Open will take you somewhere in your system, your system directories, to download something and bring it into the software, just like saying import into the software. So, or you can say Open Recent if you've worked on something before. But if your software is actually new, this would only be active. So I say Open. Now I open. So these are the two images we were given, and this is this, and this is that. And I think for now I think I said something about this image like so, but I'll quickly go with this one so that we can move along. So as you can see, the dimensions given by this image itself is what you have. Now you can see the layer is active, showing you that we have one layer, and this layer is this. So if I should, like what I did the other time, if I should come to this place, when you right click here, you see this little arrow at the bottom right corner. It's trying to tell you that many other um, features you can explore like this around here, right? So same goes for this. The blur tool has a lot of stuff underneath. So you have paintbrush and the rest of them. So don't just see something like this and just let it go. There is, if you just left click, it will pick that. But if you right click, it gives you the many options. So that settles that. Now the image that we have here is the image that was sent in the group. Cool. Now there's one thing I want you to learn so very fast. Anytime you're editing any image, make sure you make a duplicate of it just in case. That's what we call the rule of indestructibility. So that even if you have an error in the one you're working on, you can bounce back on the original copy that you have. Not that it's not in your system, but the convenience of having to know that, yes, if I should have a mistake later, I could come back and um, fix it with a better option. So I just simply click on this, right click, and I'll duplicate. You can also duplicate with the short form on your keyboard, Control plus J on your Windows laptop or PC. So I duplicate like so. So this that you see here, these checkboxes are for viewing. So it means I don't want this to be visible, but I may not still see it because this one is at the top of it. So, but if I should toggle this off, it shows me this is a transparent background. So we'll check that out. Now, moving, as I said, this is your layers panel. Layers panels is just arranging things in stock. So when we change this, when we work on this particular image right now, when we mask this image like that to remove this whole background, it now means that anything that is wider or a solid color can be fixed. So let me just quickly do that for the future. So around this, I could just draw this like so. Then instead of giving it this color, I'll come here, either pick the color here and say, okay, let me have I think orange color should be just about right. Fine. So I'll just quickly set that up. Then set it at the middle. Okay, I'll undo that. Control plus Z. I'll set it at the middle. right? So I'll leave it there. Then what I'll quickly do is to lock it so that I don't play around with it. So when I mask this particular image at the top here, then when the background goes off, this whole remaining portion of this image will be on top of this. So I'll turn this also off so that it becomes a little bit magical later. Now moving along, select this. Make sure you select whatever you're working on, because you cannot select this and you want to mask, it wouldn't work well for you. So make sure you work with your layers panel closely. So I've selected this image. I'll quickly go to the this is the selection brush tool. As I said, we'll be needing it in the previous video. So I'll click that. You can see this refine tool comes, refine option comes at the top here. But what's important is that we want to select the portion we want from this image. Now, let's quickly go to adjustments before that and see levels. So let me see what I can do so that the image can a little bit pop up, can pop, so that when I'm selecting it to be fine, right? So after that is done, I now say I close that. So I go back to my layers, right? But come back and select my this. Now if you should notice, this layer here is at the top of the image you're about to work on. And now if I should turn this off, the image goes back to how it was. So as I said, everything is arranged in stack. So this particular one is affecting the one beneath because it is a layer adjustment. So we're just trying to reduce the level of black compared to white, so that some portion, you can see the hair is coming up much more better now. So now we've seen that this selection brush tool is active. So since it's active, it's looking like a cross here. So if it look like so, either check whether your caps lock is on or it's off. But if it is on, turn it off. Even still, you turn it off and it's still looking like this, no problem. Go to your angular bracket, the key on your keyboard, the key on your keyboard right above the enter key or button. You can just go and click on the right. You see it's bigger. So we'll just quickly select. You can use both right and left to right to increase, left to decrease. We select this image like so. You can see I'm making that mistake. You see I selected level, so I just simply hit Ctrl plus D to take away that selection and come back to this image. Then I make my quick selection. You can see it's much more easier. Yeah. So because of the adjustment I made, some portions that are okay are being selected automatically. So on that note, since I want to make sure that my selection is very okay, I'll have to be toggling between reducing my selection tool using my angle brackets or whatever key that I've told you before. So I'll zoom in by holding Control and scrolling the slider on my mouse up so that I'll be able to zoom in. So like so, I'll now make a selection of his ears, and this portion that you see here, you can see they are not supposed to be part of this image. So you quickly come here, you click on subtract. So subtracting will go like this. Will go like this. So we are subtracting the portion that we don't want. You click on add to select this portion that is trying to go away. Then you also see this portion. So reduce your selection tool. You know what to do. Then you now select this portion and take it off. So just for illustration's sake, so that we don't waste too much time, you can see this just happened. Yeah. So selection could be perfect later on. Sorry about that. Control plus Z, I add. So solution should be a little bit perfect, so you have to take your time to look closely around where your selection is. So after this is done, you zoom out. Now after this is done, make sure that this soft edges option is checked. Then you go to refine. Now you can see it's trying to tell you that we've selected this and this will be going off. But I love the option of black so that we're able to make visible or no. Let's say Is it transparent? Is either transparent or black depending on how your image is. So let's just go with this overlay for now. So we will quickly go to that. Okay, make sure that is checked. So on this border width, you just see how far do you want this to select on the edges of your image. But the most important is to be able to control this smooth. You can either put in some values here like 5 and hit your tab on your keyboard to make that active, so it looks a little bit nice. Yeah, so we will be moving further, so don't waste so much time on this. Then I'll quickly go to this output. My output here will be new layer with mask, the last option. Make sure that is selected. I'll explain in the future concerning this, because why. Okay, let me just quickly explain. If you just say mask, it will just mask it on the same image. But if you say a new layer, sorry, new layer with mask, it means it will mask it on a new layer so that you can actually use it. Sorry, new layer with mask. So I will now apply, so you can see the selection as it is. So there's a quick trick that I normally do, and I'm going to teach you very fast. So you click on this that you've just done, and right click on it and make a duplicate of it, so that these edges, you just watch it carefully, the edges will change a little. You can see the edges will change a little. So if you select both of them and you right click and say merge visible, you can see that happening. So but it's not looking nice because of how the image was taken. So I'll just undo twice, undo and undo. Okay, that works. That, so I've undo that now. Oh, sorry, I didn't do that. Okay, fine. So you can see that your image is looking a little bit done. So if I should come back here and click on this rectangle tool and make this visible, this is how it will look like. Yeah, so it's just a simple process. So with time you'll be able to understand more, to make it much more neater and clearer. But this is just a basic of what it should look like. I think you'll be able to start from here.